Hi guys, and welcome to Hilltop Farm. I'm Jay, and welcome to another coffee break. Still got the same cup. Who knew? Right. What's been happening, you may well ask? Well, I've been conspicuous by my absence, haven't I? We've been doing a lot of research for our new up-and-coming series on wicker. Now, I beg all of you not to poo-poo it before you actually know what you're dealing with. Prior to this, you will have noticed, if you look at the channel, that we put out a video that is an introduction to our new series on wicker, where it explains, hopefully, what it is wicker's about, what I'm going to cover, and I urge you to watch that. And if it's not your cup of tea, that's okay, that's not a problem, but please remain respectful, and as I say, if it's not your cup of tea, just leave it out of the comments, because negativity doesn't help anybody. So that's what we've been doing with that. We're expanding the chicken operation here, and again, if you go from the hen house, you will know about that. We have had terrible time with autumn. We've had temperatures here middle of autumn in the mid to high 30s, which is like the 90s for my US subscribers, which is unheard of in April. You don't get, I mean, we are a hot country, but we don't get temperatures like that in April. We're going into winter now, we should be, but even today, yeah, I mean, we've been out running errands, and we've still got the car air conditioner on. It's too hot not to. Well, when I say hot, it's warm, you know what I mean? It's too uncomfortable not to. So we're battling with that while all our friends in the Northern Hemisphere are battling their extended winter. So it does make me wonder what our winter and their summer is going to hold in store this year. Could be interesting. But anyway, we did get probably a day and a half of rain about a week ago. It wasn't heavy rain, wasn't torrential, it was just average rain, but it was enough to put a few inches of water in our rainwater tanks, so we're back on rainwater again, thank goodness. One thing that has really wreaked havoc with is our rabbitry. Our rabbits are usually on a bit of a rota system. I think I've told you before, we had rabbits, initially we were going to eat them. And my daughter had one of these miniature, about that big, lop-eared pet rabbit things that had a litter. And we discovered that they were in such demand, and you could sell them for such a high price, that we developed a bit of a business out of that. So our rabbitry expanded to the point where we were having, on average, a litter born every week. And not only were they paying for their own upkeep, they were paying for the upkeep of all the chickens, all the ducks. They were paying for all seeds and trees and what have you for the gardens. They were paying the fuel and registration on my vehicle and my trailer. I've got a motorbike, we've got a caravan, my wife's got a car. I mean, it wasn't covering that, but it was covering my fuel, because my car does most of the farm running around anyway, and the trailer we've got is for the farm, so we figure the registration and maintenance from that should be paid by farm money, which is what we do. So it does all that, plus gives us a little bit left over, which is fantastic, and it's worked. We've had a few slumps. You go for a few weeks where, oh god, nothing's happening. You know, you'll have a couple of girls don't actually fall pregnant in a row, and you get a bit of a gap, and you think, oh dear. Well, this sort of kicked in, just after Christmas, I suppose. All of a sudden, the girls wouldn't mate, which happens sometimes. But if they don't mate, you try them the next day. After 3 or 4 days, they eventually will give in. We've had, I think, 4 litters of rabbits born this year, and we're almost in May, and we've had terrible time. I mean, we've got a roster in the rabbitry, and every day all the girls get tried with their, whoever we want to pair them up with. Most of the time, no matings take place, and when they do, because what happens when someone's successful, then we'll go back to that one and we'll mate her up to 5 times during the course of that day. And obviously, the more times they mate, usually the more successful it is. But even when they have been mating, you get to their due date, nothing happens. There's no babies, nothing. All we can think of, because we've been through everything, their feed, the environment, are there predators that are scaring them and freaking them out, or we've been through everything. All we can come down to is the weather. Now, they breed less in the summer, and it's not as easy in the summer, but they still do. So we don't think it's the heat. But we've had this drought. We went from just before Christmas through to, a week or so ago with just no rain. And we think that's what's done it. And they just haven't been breeding. So we haven't had babies to sell. Now, we've had more success probably in the last 2 or 3 weeks with the matings. But we've still got a long way to go before everything's normal. But we've got to wait, I think it's about the 11th of next month before the first babies will be born, assuming that they're pregnant. So who knows? But keep everything crossed for us, because this is the first time that, yes, the farm is currently in the red and is eating into savings at the moment to keep the farm and the rabbitry going, which is the first time since we started breeding the rabbits that this has happened. So this is, 4 years? Something like that. So keep everything crossed for us that they hurry up and click into place. So it's only our kennels at the moment that are keeping the rest of the farm afloat. But the kennels account is dropping dramatically now. It's paying for everything. So that's pretty much what's been happening here. On the kennels front, Pippa seems to be definitely pregnant to young Leo. I'm not prepared to say 100% that she is pregnant. If she's pregnant, she's the equivalent of about 17 weeks in a human pregnancy, and I think I can feel something firming up inside, but it's not enough for me to say 100% yet. I'm sitting on the 80 to 90% that I think she is. So anyway, that'll be good because it's his first litter. And as I say, the kennels account could do with a cash injection. So what else is happening? Still, everything outside is a work in progress, but I think everyone's homestead's a work in progress, isn't it? Don't think you ever really get on top of it. So I think that's about it for me rambling on. Give our new Wiccan series a go and let us know what you think. But as I say, if it's not your cup of tea, that's fine. You can say it's not your cup of tea. But as I say, keep any comments respectful. Alright, now I hope you liked this video. Give us a thumbs up and make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any other videos in the future. And until next time, it's goodbye from Hilltop Farm. See ya!